1. Amid the clamor for avenging the Uri attack, can India abrogate the 56-year-old Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan? What are the salient features of Indus Waters Treaty? If India do so, what will be the aftermath of it on both countries? What will be the impact of breaking Indus Water Treaty on Pakistan? GS Paper 2, Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements Involving India and Affecting India's Interests. What is the context about? Amid the clamor for avenging the Uri attack, a non-military option being suggested is the abrogation of the 56-year-old Indus Waters Treaty, that defines the water-sharing arrangement for 6 rivers of the Indus Basin, that flow through both India and Pakistan. The argument is that India, being upstream, can stop the flow of waters to Pakistan and bring it to its knees. The treaty has survived wars and innumerable phases of frosty relations. It is held up as an example of a global model of cooperation between countries. What are the salient features of Indus Waters Treaty? The Indus Water Treaty is a water-sharing treaty signed between India and Pakistan in 1960, under which India and Pakistan have agreed not to enter water wars. The treaty classified the 6 rivers of the Indus system into eastern and western rivers. Sutlej, Beas and Ravi were eastern, Jhelum, Chenab and Indus itself were western. The treaty gave India full rights over the waters of the eastern rivers, while it had to let the western rivers flow unrestricted to Pakistan. Under the treaty, India provides 80% of the water carried by the river Indus to Pakistan, and cannot block the supply of water to Pakistan, given the fact that all these rivers originate and pass through India. Since the treaty was signed in 1960, India has never broken the promises and provided Pakistan with water from these rivers. The treaty has survived wars and innumerable phases of frosty relations. So much so, it is cited as the global model for cooperation on the use of transboundary river waters. The success of the treaty also lends weight to the theory that when it comes to water, nations tend to cooperate rather than get into a conflict. If India do so, what will be the aftermath of it on both countries? The idea that India can arm twist Pakistan through the Indus Waters Treaty is not new. It has been floated every time relations have soured between the two countries. If India do so, Srinagar, Jammu and every other city in the state and in Punjab would get flooded if we somehow were able to prevent the waters from flowing into Pakistan. It would be detrimental to India's interests in the long run. There is already strong discomfort in Pakistan with the fact that India controls its rivers. In fact, the eagerness in a section of Pakistani society to wrest Kashmir originates in the desire to take control of its rivers. Any tinkering with the treaty is likely to see an intensification of Pak-backed activities in J&K. Impact of breaking Indus Water Treaty on Pakistan. All these rivers combined provide irrigation to 2.6 crore acres, 110,000 square kilometer, roughly about 20% of entire area of Pakistan and home to more than 60% population of Pakistan. Any breaks the Indus Water Treaty will bleed Pakistan tremendously, as lack of water supply through the rivers of Indus Basin will lead to unprecedented droughts and famines, which will affect most of the big cities. The effects of this step will be much more severe than any of the nuclear attacks, as it will leave their land infertile and uncultivable for long. More importantly, it will not involve firing a single bullet or any ammunition.